What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Season 8 of my NHL 20 Detroit Red Wings Franchise Mode Series. As you can see here, the Avalanche won the Stanley Cup last year. We were in the playoffs. We were a first-round exit again. We were just having no luck right now in the playoffs. I still don't think we made the conference final yet, so I feel like we definitely need to make some changes this offseason. As you can see there, we actually lost to Boston, who went on to lose to Colorado in 6. So we have a good team on paper, just for whatever reason, it's not working out in the playoffs. Like, we're always a very good regular season team, but our guys just can't get it done. So I'm thinking maybe it's time for a goalie change. Askarov, good in the regular season, but just hasn't been good enough in the playoffs. Maybe change a couple other guys. Tavares here, 35, 88 overall. Definitely a bit risky, so maybe move on from him. Lino needs a new contract. I'd like to keep him, though, just because he does have such good defensive stats, whereas most of the guys on this team are very offensive. So again, looking through, I think there's a lot of changes we can make. You can see a lot of expiring contracts. I think we have about 20 million in cap space. Honestly, I might even just qualify Askarov at 7 million, which is probably pretty cheap for an 89, and then see what's out there at free agency. Maybe someone will even, make him an offer sheet, will take the pick, sign a goalie if there is one good out of free agency. Again, lots of options. I think we just got to switch some stuff up. So we're at the draft now, guys, and looking at the draft class here, there's actually a Ruslan Ovechkin who's considered a gem, supposed to go early 3rd round, so definitely going to try and get him. Also, when I sorted by potential, there's a goalie here, guaranteed high elite, going to go 84th, so I think that's late 3rd round. Definitely want to grab him. All the guaranteed medium elites are just like the top 5 picks. Now, this year's draft, we actually have a ton of picks. I think I showed you guys in the last episode, but after the first rounder, I think we have like 2 seconds, or so we have 1 second, 2 thirds, 3 thirds, couple fourths, a fifth, couple sixths. So we're gonna have a ton of chances here just to hopefully get lucky. I'm thinking, honestly, I'll probably just hold on to our picks and again, hope we can get lucky here. The late first rounder, this is basically a gamble. I'm thinking with the second, we'll probably take the high elite goalie just to make sure no one jumps the gun in case they also know he's going to be really good. So 50-50 medium elite there in Nyquist. I mean, it's tough. There's defenseman there from Frölunda. Like, pretty sure he's going to be a top 6. Same with the Hedstrom guy. Late first round picks I find later in the years are always so tough. I'm going to go with Nyquist, more or less because of the name. Hopefully he's good. 61 medium top 9. That's rough. Our next pick here, guys, is number 59 in the draft. Again, that goalie I think is supposed to go 69, but I do not want to risk it. Or sorry, the goalie's 84. I think it's actually Ovechkin there, the gem, who's like 69. So we'll take him right now. Hopefully our scouts are right. Like, he is a gem. And low top 6. So, I mean, it's better than our first round pick. We'll take it. And our next pick here, number 69. It's going to be a nice pick. We're going to get a high elite goalie here, which is kind of nuts. Unfortunately, like, he's probably too high rated to actually make our team before the franchise is done. We're only going to do the 10 years, but still going to have a ton of trade value. And 47 overall, yeah, so not too high rated, but again, lots of trade value there. Can definitely use him in a blockbuster. So we got the 2 main guys we wanted. Low top 4, guaranteed, honestly, for a 3rd round pick. Fuji, if he's like decent rating, 61, that's pretty good, I think, for a late round pick. And we actually have one more here, number 90. Hopefully we can get another decent guy. So Quirk here is 50-50, low top 4. This guy's guaranteed medium top 9. I'm going to take a chance, though, on this Roach dude, 50-50, low elite, forward as well. And a low top 9, so not too great. Buffalo actually just got a low top 6, a lot better. So far, aside from the 2 guys we knew were going to be good, really haven't gotten too lucky. Maybe this Finnish defenseman here, 50-50, low top 4. Low top 6, not terrible for a 5th round. Right now, Carolina's offering us Haig and Thompson for a 4th round pick. Now, they both have 1 year left, so they're probably going to be free agents, but if they're decent, 78, okay, not worth it. Thompson is 79. Yeah, and they're going to be free agents anyway, so that's a pretty bad trade for us. This next pick here, guys, is actually 123rd overall, so 1, 2, 3. Hopefully somebody good. The unknown Redmond. Please be good. Medium top 4. Only 50 overall. He's an enforcer, but that's decent pick. So we're in the 5th round now. I see there's this defenseman, low top 6, guaranteed. I feel like we'll take like a safe pick, and then we'll take a risky pick. 59 overall is actually not too bad. So I think now we have 2 6th rounders, actually back-to-back. And they're at the end of the 6th round. Then we have a 7th. 7th D's never going to do anything. Like, you might as well take a chance. We'll go with the German here. Dreiber. Maybe he's like the next Draisaitl. Low top 9. So not quite. And again, we had back-to-back picks. I think we go with the other scout recommendation. Sagan. Please be good. And low top 6. Honestly, for the 6th round, it's not terrible. And our final pick here, guys, in the draft at the end of the 7th. Koliakovo, 50-50 low elite. That sounds like a pretty good pick. Stewart, though, 50-50 medium elite. Now, scouts do like Koliakovo. I kind of like Stewart, though. We might as well shoot for the stars here. End of the draft. medium top 9 for almost the last pick. That's pretty decent. And right now, guys, I'm actually offering Philly our 7th round pick next year for their 7th rounder this year, which is almost the last pick in the draft, just to actually take that Kolyakovo guy. Skipped through a couple picks, saw he was still there. If he is low elite, like, this is really good value for us. And a low top 9, so not that great. But 60 overall is not bad. And look at that, guys. We made so many picks in this draft. Unfortunately, only really got one real superstar in the high league goalie. Maybe, though, some of the other guys can have a decent growth, whether it be in juniors or the AHL. So we're not the resign phase here, guys. And like I was saying, we have 20 million in cap space. Also, Shane Wright's now at 93, so I'm hoping like he can just tear it up this year. Raymond's a 91. Maybe if we go sign a big name winger with Tavares money, that first line could just be unreal. So like I was saying, Tavares, 35.88, especially with the top 6 potential, I think it's a bit risky. 7.7 million for an 88 is actually a decent deal, but I feel like we could use that money for somebody else. Now Lino, 87 overall, has been on a great contract the last couple years. He wants to get paid 7.6 for 4 years. Honestly, it's pretty fair. Let's see if he'll take like 7 for 4 years. I feel like that's close enough. Plus, he doesn't want an extension, so maybe he'll say yes. And after that, most of our big name players are signed. Krebs now at 84. Shouldn't be too expensive. 3.5. It's actually a really good deal. Let's offer him 3.4 for an 84, especially in 2026. It's a really good deal. Branson wants to go to UFA. So basically, no matter what we do, we're not going to sign him. So in that case, we have to let him go. Honestly, he never really grew. And Recchi, 21 years old, only 1 overall below. 4.8 though for 6 years. Not a terrible contract. Doesn't really get any cheaper at 3. Let's try 4.5 for 6. If he does grow a bit more, I think that's a pretty solid deal. Ninamaki, 22.81. Let's see if he wants something similar, but he's not even... Honestly, for right now, I'm just going to qualify him. 81 overall is not worth $4 million, especially when we're so tight against the cap. Perry there is down to a 79. Might be a decent 4th liner for us. 1.2 million. Not at that price, though, so probably just let him go. After that, we have Ratanen, who actually dropped to a 78, unfortunately. Given 77, Gunther 77. Smith dropped to 77, so let him go as well. Hopefully, Gunther can actually make the jump to the NHL this year. Definitely could use him. And check this out, guys. I didn't even realize McLeod had an extension at $5 million, which is insane for an 87 overall player. He was making $2.8 million at the deadline we traded for him. I thought he was penny UFA. He's actually already got a pretty good extension, so that trade we made is even better now. We're pretty stacked down the middle. Obviously, Rasmussen will be the 4th line center, so either Valent or McLeod will take 3rd line center, the other will go to the wing. The rest of these guys, AHL. Gru's 25, still only a 69. He's never making NHL, but maybe he'd be like a decent AHL player. Rachunik there, 74 at 23 is not too bad. And left wingers here, Bohinski, 25 and 72. He's pretty much done. He's not going to grow. Same with this guy, 26, 72. Let him go. Definitely probably have to sign some free agent AHL players. Right wingers there, most of them are signed. Watt, 22 and 75 is actually pretty decent. We'll bring him back. 24 and 71. He doesn't even want to come back, so let him go. Same goes for Watt, but we'll make sure we keep him. He's actually a decent AHL player. I think like Ovechkin and a couple other the mid-60s will actually sign. We're going to need them in the AHL. And it looks like we're probably going to need a 6th defenseman, as you guys can see there. Setkov right now would be it. Just not good enough. Cole, 2076. Maybe he can grow a bit. If that's the case, he'd be our 6th defenseman. Probably not, though. McIsaac down to AHL potential from top 4. Just never grew. I don't know why. Like, I was playing him in the top AHL pair. I was doing everything I could, really, to get him going, and it just wasn't happening. And looking at goalies now, as you can see, Askarov does not want an extension, so I was probably not going to resign him anyway. We're definitely going to qualify him, though, so we still get the picks from whatever team decides to. Comrie, 80 overall, has been pretty good for us. Wants 1.7. I feel like we could probably get like an 81 or 82 for that money, so maybe we'll just get 2 new goalies. Larson, never really turned into much, 27, 76. We'll let him go, especially to this AHL goalie. Immediate potential, can definitely be the starter at 73. And then this other one here can be the backup. He's 60, whatever. So that will work out well for the AHL goalies. And the 47 overall doesn't need signed right now. So Lino rejected our offer. We didn't offer him quite enough money, which I thought might be the case. Cole here, though, signed with us, which is nice. Watt wants to test free agency, so we'll qualify him. I don't think anyone's going to sign him. Ovechkin there signs with us. Same with Krebs. Another AHL guy. Same with Guru, Johansson. Ratchachuk wants to test free agency. So again, all those guys will qualify. Recchi wants to test free agency. I'm not going to let that happen. So I think we offered Valino $7 million before. This time we'll try offering him 7.25. Should be good. We still have like $10 million in cap space after that. And then I want to look at all those RFAs who said they don't want to come back. Recchi, of course, is the best one, 21.83. So let's see, 4.8 for 6 years. I mean, maybe we just qualify him for now. kind of see what happens. Same goes for Watt and Ratchanuk here, who are both just kind of decent AHL players. Also, two guys, the head coach needed an extension, so I offered him one, but he said we don't have enough money to sign him, so we might be getting a new head coach this summer as well, which might not be the worst thing, because I wouldn't mind, you know, changing things up. We only have about, what is that, 1.1 million to sign a head coach, and oh yeah, he wants 3 million, so we are going to be in tough. This guy here, $1 million to be an assistant coach, it's quite a lot of money. He's got really good stats. Maybe we just promote this guy to the head coach, honestly. Yeah, he's A-. He's almost as good, making way less. So the head coach that we're going to let go. And Lundmark, we're going to promote. Hopefully, I want to see what his team fit is. 57% right now. We'll see what it is after we sign everybody. But I really like his stats. I feel like the A+ in teaching is huge. Also, he has A- coach influence, whereas the head coach we had before only had a C coach influence. So even though the rest of his stats were A, he wasn't as impactful as this coach should be. And so Lino did accept our offer after we added an extra 250,000. That's nice to see. I think everybody else too is just an RFA right now. And before we get free agency, guys, looking at our contracts, we're definitely in a tough situation here. We still need like 3 more NHL defensemen, NHL starting goaltender, and an NHL backup, and we have 11.2 million. So it's going to be tough. And we're out the free agency period here, guys, so hopefully there's an elite starting goaltender available. We'll try and sign. Also, as you can see here, Luke Hughes is a free agent, but he's an RFA. Same with Mitchell, Harkins, they're all RFAs. Quinn Hughes is a free agent, 9.3 million. Luke Hughes actually ended up being better. That's pretty surprising. Obviously, we tried to trade Zadina for Hughes before. It didn't quite work out. Tyson Joss got up to an 87. So, pretty good free agent class. Again, not quite as good as last year, but still, every year seems to be pretty stacked. Goalies here, Askarov's the best one. Wallstedt, 23 years old, 89 overall, franchise potential, and RFA. I mean, what are his stats looking like? Poise, 74. It's not too good in terms of playoffs, I don't think, but it's either him, Dayton, who wants as much money as Askarov and is worse, or an 84. So maybe we just roll the dice on Wallstedt, 5.8 million. I mean, I'm willing to give a first-round pick. What's he want for 3 years? Let's do 2, I guess. I'll offer him exactly what he wants. First and a third-round pick. Let's see what happens there. We'd still have about $6 million. So we do get Wallstedt. We won't have quite enough to get Quinn Hughes, but we could sign Sami Niku possibly. No team's interested right now, so maybe we can come in and just give him, like, I don't know, an extra 100K. 5.7 for 84 is not too bad. 4 years. See what he says. And next, you guys are looking at players who want a two-way deal, and there's actually some pretty good ones available. Ryan Kuffner was on our team before, 30 years old, 79 overall. He'd be a decent fourth liner for us, so I'm going to offer him 950K there. Same goes for Sorelli, 20 years old, 80 overall. I don't know why he wants a two-way deal. I thought he could get like 1.8 or something. Maybe we'd move Rasmussen to the wing, but definitely give us some options, so that would be a great signing. Mirko Mueller there, if we have to get like a 6th defenseman, wouldn't be too bad. Right here, these prospects, low top 4D, and even this guy too, medium top 9, going to sign all 3 of them, I think. Also, this Alfredson guy here, 20 years old, 72 overall, low top 6. Could be like a decent AHL D-man for us. Everything else looks to be just okay. I think we have like enough, not too big of a deal. Or actually, Nyquist, 20 years old, 65 overall, medium top 9. I think he could maybe make our AHL team. Everybody else, though, I think now isn't too good. I'm wondering too, like, how high rated of a goalie could we get for a two-way deal? All right, 73. I was wondering if there's like an 80 goalie for a two-way deal. It'd be pretty sick. And then Maple Leafs just offered us a 3rd and a 4th round pick for Rasmussen and a 7th, but I need him for our 4th line, so I'm gonna hold on to him, especially a decent contract. Cam Greening here decided to accept our offer, which is awesome. I think one of those two-way defensemen. Same goes for Reynolds there, Nyquist, so just some guys for AHL, or if they go back to junior, just some prospects. Sorelli accepts our offer. I thought another team would come in with more money. That's really good, kind of like Vertanen last year. Hopefully he at least keeps his 80 overall rating. Same goes for Kuffner there. Also, Sami Niku accepted, so we actually have a solid top 4D now. Even if those guys we made qualifying offers on don't sign, as well too, I think our 4th line is very solid, so we're actually looking pretty good spot. We'll see what Wallstedt says. Decided to go with another team at this time. That sucks. So, see what's out there in terms of goalies. So, looking at the goalies in free agency, honestly, not too many good ones available. I'm thinking DiPietro I'd like to sign as our backup just because he's a local guy from my hometown. Hopefully, he'll sign as the backup, and then I think he'll have to actually look for a trade to get a goalie just because nothing else is there. And the Oilers just offered us Clefbaum in a 3rd for our 1st, a 2nd, and Rasmussen. Thing is, he'd be like a bottom pair guy for us, I believe, because I think he's like 84. $5 million for a bottom pair defenseman is quite a bit, especially he's an 83, so yeah, he'd be bottom pair for sure, just not worth it in terms of the cap. And next year, guys, I want to try and bring Ovi on as an assistant coach. Now, his quality there is associate coach, so I'm thinking if we just offer him a bit more money, I mean, he's already made so much, but We offer him like an extra 100K there. Maybe he'll say yes. Also, too, we need an AHL assistant coach. And this guy here, Lamru, has the highest teaching without being a goalie coach, so we'll see if she says yes. All right, guys, so next year I'm trying to get trade with the Ducks for John Gibson, making $6.4 million for 1 more year, so pretty good contract. 32 years old, still 89 overall. Really good poise there at 91. Obviously, one of the best goalies in this game always, so we'll see if they'll take Askarov for him. Basically, they're getting a younger goalie who's just as good in terms of the overall, but I think Gibson hopefully will perform better for us. The value, I think Askarov has a bit more, even though he's unsigned. We'll see what they say here. Really hoping this goes through. Trades rejected. I feel like they have the cap space. I think it said they had like 15 million, so they'd probably be willing to take like a younger goalie who's just as good if we make it worth their while. Honestly, I'll throw on the Sharks pick there, a second rounder. We'll have to sign Gibson again next year, but we need to do something different in goal. And there we go. So I think that's a good trade for us. And Carolina just made a huge trade, giving Severson and Haig to Tampa Bay for a first, a second, and a prospect. And as you can see here, this assistant coach did accept our offer. Again, highest teaching of all the non-goalie coaches, so that's nice. Hopefully help those AHL guys grow. And are you kidding me? DiPietro wanted to sign with us, but we no longer have the cap space. So just check our cap space, guys. As you can see, we only have about 500K. So what you have to do is basically sim to the end of the summer when the season starts. That way we can move around some guys and open up a couple million. Hopefully DiPietro or some other decent backup goalie will be available. Also, still haven't had a qualifying offer on either of our defensemen, Recchi and Ninimaki. And if that keeps up, they probably will accept their qualifying offers. So we'll get them both for about $1 million, which is a quarter what they're asking for, which would be awesome. And Ovechkin said I was going to accept your offer, but the role you offered was already filled, so I must have accidentally offered him associate opposed to assistant. And Ninimaki, are you kidding me? He's the lower rated of the two. He's an 81. Just got offered $5 million for 4 years by the Canadians. We know they aren't sure about the offer sheets. I mean, a first and a third rounder for an 81, low elite, and they overpaid him by $1 million. And he was already asking for too much, I felt, at $4 million. Minnesota gets Domestikov, a 6th and a 7th for 2 prospects. And Sanheim going to Columbus along with a 3rd for 2 seconds. And this Dante Watt's been offered sheeted $850K for 1 year by the LA Kings. And it says we don't have the necessary salary cap, which is stupid because obviously it's under $1 million, so we could just put him in the AHL and afford it. This is where like the game messes up. I'll try and clear cap to keep him. Next year, guys trying to trade Vertan to Colorado for a 4th round pick. I feel like we probably don't need him, so hopefully clearing up this cap space allows us to keep our prospect. And it still says we don't have the cap space, even though we just traded Vertanen, who's making $1 million. It's so annoying because I think they don't run an 18-player roster; they run like a 20. Obviously, like a 2, you can just bury, like for less than $1 million, you could just bury him and keep him. It's so dumb. And Ottawa's doing the same thing, stealing another one of our prospects, 800K for 2 years. But like even if unless I trade away a guy making $5 million, it's not gonna let us like have that cap space. So. Just stupid. Captain for this year, guys, obviously still Dylan Larkin, and Shane Wright's now running A as well. Jones is still running his A. Now this is the start of the season, like I was saying, should be able to move contracts around, open up a couple million, get a backup goalie. Also, too, I don't think anyone ever made an offer on our one defenseman, like Recchi, I believe, 83 overall. For some reason, Ninimaki was lower rated, got an offer sheet from Ottawa, but yeah, Recchi's still here. Curious what he's asking for. 2.5, I think we can definitely make that happen. And after cleaning up some cap space, guys, I checked free agency, and the best goalie available is a 77. Now, one of our goalies actually in the AHL grew to a 77, so I guess he'll just be our backup. Luckily, he has medium elite potential, so I feel like he actually could be decent. Mitrovsky here, 21.77. Roll there's my starter. If he does well as a backup, I definitely could see him growing to like, I don't know, 79, maybe even 80 over this season. And this guy, 47 overall, but it's AHL, so screw it. Make him the AHL backup. And now, of course, we can just sign Recchi here. After that, our team's actually pretty decent. Probably not as good as we want him to be. Hopefully he'll say yes. 200K shy. And obviously the team's changed up a bit. Had to go through some changes no matter what because of the cap situation. But I think we're still a pretty good team. And hopefully, again, bringing in Gibson I think is the biggest change. Hopefully he can kind of carry us through the playoffs. I know he's done it before for a worse Ducks team than what our team is right now. Now I wanted to upgrade our defense a little bit, guys, and I saw that Bode Wild's a free agent here. 26 years old, 78 overall, medium top 6. We've got 1 year left to grow. If he has a decent season, he could get up to like an 80. Worst case, could be like a decent AHL guy for us. Let's see, he'll take 2 years here at 775K. I think that's actually a pretty good contract. And next year, guys, we still have to sign NHL assistant coach. Unfortunately, we can't even afford Ovechkin anymore, as we're going to have to overpay him to hopefully have him accept this role. Now, this Kerman dude here, A- power play. That's about it. 64% team fit, though, is one of the higher ones. and we can afford him, so hopefully he'll take this contract. And Bodwell here accepted our offer, which is awesome. I feel like he's a slight upgrade on the guy we had before as our sixth defenseman. And this dude here said, I heard your staff chemistry was low. I was going to say no, but I want to be the solution. Hopefully it'll help us out. And I just checked it. It's not even that low. It's 75%. I think maybe because we didn't have an assistant coach, it was really low, but that's actually pretty decent. So it's the start of the season now, guys, and I'm not going to lie. This is probably like the worst team we've had in the past 4 or 5 years, but all those teams were stacked and couldn't make it out of the second round. So maybe this team, which still has a Champions team stats, but isn't quite as good on paper, will actually, you know, make a run here at the Stanley Cup. So first line, I got Bobby Brink, Shane Wright, Lucas Raymond, which I still think isn't too bad. No 390 pluses we've had the last few seasons, but Brink can score. Hopefully playing with those two guys, he just goes off. Second line, here's all Detroit line. You got Mantha, Larkin, and Lino, so I really like that. +2. Lino, very good defensively, plus pretty good physical stats too. Larkin as well, even Mantha, so really kind of offensive line, plus should be able to shut it down defensively. Third line here, you got Peyton Krebs, McLeod, and Gibbons. Getting a +3 there for the chemistry. Gibbons is slow, 81 speed, but he's got a really good shot. We actually drafted him 10th overall back in 2023, so we'll see how he does this year, finally playing in the NHL. And then fourth line, we have Rasmussen, Sorelli, and Kuffner. So not too bad of a fourth line. I might actually switch Rasmussen over to the wing. I like keeping Lino though as a center just because he does play so much center on special teams. Defense here, we got Beans and Jones still as a top pair. Sider playing with Nico, which I think is pretty solid. Not sure why. They're just getting a 0. And then Recchi there with Bold Wild. Obviously, a 78 is kind of rough, but being the sixth man, everything else I think is pretty solid. Goaltending, obviously, Gibson. Relying heavily on him to be good this year. He's already dropped rating by 1, so we'll see what happens. Petrovsky is 77, but medium elite. I think he definitely will grow as the season progresses. And then special teams here. So the first power play unit actually gets a 0, but I mean, it's still stacked. Second unit there gets +1, also very solid. 4-man power play 1 and 2 don't get anything, but they look good. First penalty kill gets a +5 still. Like, that penalty kill is honestly pretty insane. Like, McLeod and Valent are two of the best two-way centers probably in the game right now. Even the second one gets a +1. 3-man penalty kill as well, looks pretty good for both. So again, we've had better teams, but they couldn't even make it to the second round, so I think we just had to make a switch, even if it doesn't, you know, look as good on paper. AHL team here, I'm not sure actually if I've done best lines yet. I'm going to try to do this live here for you guys. So Gunther, still a 77, didn't grow at all. I'm hoping he has a big year this year in the AHL. Like, we really need him to. He's got to do something. So this chemistry here, a bit weird. Oh my gosh, 0, that's not good. We just have to stick with a -1 there because it is not really working out, but AHL team honestly doesn't look too bad. And then defense here, you can see you have Setkov and Cole in the top pair. Lindstrom with Alfredson actually get a +3, and then we got McIsaac and Johansson. I still can't believe McIsaac, 26, 74, AHL top 2D, like just never panned out for us. Goalies, Clem here, 64 overall, but medium elite. And then McNaughton, 51 overall, so he's higher rated than the high elite guy we signed, who's still a 47. Also, guys, gonna take a look at our stats right now. I think we should still be pretty good, honestly. Let's see here. So 95 offense, obviously, is nice. 91 D. 85 goaltending is a little bit low, but again, that's mostly just the backup goalie who shouldn't play more than like 20 games. So we'll see what happens here. First time we haven't had a truly stacked team, but maybe it'll be for the best. So we're at the end of December now, guys, with a record of 17, 15, and 5. I think we're just out of a playoff spot. We actually were, I think, 3rd or 4th place in the division, and then we had a 5-game losing streak, which obviously not going to, you know, put you up in the standings. So I think we should still be a playoff team. Like, we're 1 point out right now. Unfortunately, just had a bit of a skid there. And the Minnesota Wild just fired their head coach. Honestly, I didn't even see them in the standings. They must be at the bottom, though. And Edmonton just made a pretty big trade with Carolina, getting Adrian Campe and Nordstrom there. Campe now at 86 overall in exchange for Clefbaum, Foot, and a 3rd rounder. So, obviously, trade deadline here a couple weeks away. A bunch of trades are going to start happening. We're actually in a playoff spot right now. Actually, we're first in the division. Very close, though. 4 points separates the last wild card and first in the division. So, definitely, you know, cannot afford to lose any games here. And Buffalo just made us a trade offer, guys. Goldman in a 3rd here for Recchi in a 4th. Obviously, though, Recchi's pretty important right now. We need defense, I'd say, more than forwards. So still about a week and a half from the deadline. And we're just going to trade over here, guys, from Minnesota, offering us Joseph for Rasmussen in 2 fifths. I mean, Rasmussen's an 80, so if Joseph's even like an 81, this might not be the worst deal ever. And Joseph's also an 80, so not even worth it because Rasmussen at least is locked up a couple more years. And Carolina just flipped Cal Foot along with 2 third-rounders for Ryan Poling and a 2nd-round pick. And LA just made a huge trade, trading 3 prospects and a 3rd-rounder for Brandon Sauter, still an 85, and a 4th-rounder. And Philly just offered us Morgan Frost for a 1st-round pick. Very curious to see what his rating is because only making 780K. Like, 81, 27 years old, and they want a 1st-round pick for him. Stats are okay, but not worth a 1st-rounder. Wow. Sidney Crosby just got traded by Dallas with Gergensen for a prospect and a 6th round pick. Obviously, he's only 80 overall now, but still, it's kind of just funny to see, like, not even on Pittsburgh and getting traded. Montreal just got a 1st round pick in Anderson for Colin White and Hickett. So Montreal definitely a bit of a rebuild right now. As I say that, they're actually only 4th in the division, so not doing too bad. And Philly was able to trade Frost along with Heinen in a 3rd for Costin a 1st, Joseph and Gillies. Some crazy trades happening, honestly. So we have a couple more days here till the deadline. We're currently 3rd in the division, 69 points. It's kind of nice. Anderson there, 85 overall for Ferrero and a 1st round pick. Costin and Gillies, a lot of the same names there getting moved. So I think we're like 3 points out of 1st or 4 points out of 1st in our division. And we're also 1 point out of a playoff spot. So it's very close. If I can make an ad here, make our team better, I'm definitely going to do it. Let's see. Raymond there, 77 points in 62 games. So he's turning it up right now with Shane Wright and Bobby Brink. And right now, guys, we're trying to make a trade with the Anaheim Ducks for Cole Lind, only making $1 million as an 83 overall player, so that's pretty good. I'm thinking he'll fit in perfectly 3rd line right wing for us. Offering up Rasmussen, currently 4th line right wing, so obviously the other guy we have will move down. Rasmussen really hasn't done much. 1.6 million, so we're actually saving 600K. Also, they want the 2 4th rounders there. Hopefully that's enough. Push it over the edge, make them say yes. Trades rejected. Okay, so luckily we have a ton of draft picks. So let's try giving up a 2nd round pick here again. We're saving some money and getting a much better player. See what the Ducks say. And it's rejected. So I thought that would be pretty close, to be honest. Let's add the 2 4s. Even add a 6th there. Like, we have enough picks. There we go. And next, you guys trying to trade the Rangers to upgrade our defense. Latin in here. Medium top 4 potential. 79 overall. So only 1 higher than Bode Wild. But medium top 4. He should grow. Also, too, he's actually under contract for the next 2 years, which is huge for us because we have no cap. Offering them Redmond. He was that enforcer guy we drafted, medium top 4. Also, a couple 3rd rounders. Values on our side. Latin's on the block, but they do want all 3 things we're offering. See what they say. Trades rejected. The value isn't sufficient at all. I don't know about that. Let's try 2 3rd rounders. We'll throw in a 2nd next year. Like, we have so many picks, honestly. It's fine. There we go. So I think those 2 trades are all I'm going to do at the deadline, guys. Don't want to do too much, but hopefully that kind of pushes us over the edge. Make sure we're a playoff team. Again, that 3rd line's so much nicer now with Lynn. Defensively, Linen's not only higher rated, but also we get a +1 now on that bottom pair, making both him and Recchi even better. Another trade just went down, guys. Columbus getting 3 prospects by the look of it for Nodavera, 3rd, and Killorn. So again, a lot of actions here at the deadline. Hopefully our moves push us over the top. Would hate if we don't make the playoffs. So nothing this season here, guys. The record of 43, 33, and 6. And I don't know if you saw it, but we just squeaked into the playoffs. Like the last, I don't know, 3 weeks or so. It was like we had an X, we didn't have one. I wasn't sure if we were going to make it or not. We actually tied another team there with 92 points for the final playoff spot. The Lightning there missed out by 1 point. Flyers had 90, like it was so close. I just saw Lucas Raymond, 104 points. He went off, so I mean, that's what we needed this year. We need somebody to step up. That is amazing. And he's probably going to grow quite a bit now, which I'm more than happy with because we have him locked up long term. Don't have to, pay him for this. Shane Wright there, 95 points, 24 shooting percentage, which is pretty nuts. Larkin at 77, Bobby Brink 67. He's got, when these 2 guys are having like around 100, Brink's gonna have more than just that, but not too bad. McLeod 61, 3rd line center. Obviously he's playing power play as well, but still pretty impressive. Lino only 57, so less than McLeod. He's on the 2nd line. I don't know about that one. Krebs 55, Mantha 54s, Bean 52. What do we have, like 10 guys there, all 50 plus points? Pretty good. Gibbons there 37. I feel like he'll probably go up from a 79, maybe an 80 or something. He actually had more than Lind there, but wow, he's got 27 goals. Maybe I'll move him back to the 3rd line, have Lind on the 4th line. I don't know. Obviously, we got in the playoffs, so maybe we just keep it the same. Gibson here, records all right. Save percentage, under 9 is never good. Over 3 is never good. What's his rating? Still an 88. Again, we got him for the 91 poise. Hopefully, comes through for us in the playoffs. Like, that's the main thing we're looking for. AHL here, Gunther at 53. Same with Peterson, Hines, and, wow, 3 guys there at 52. I don't know, Gunther, 77, should really be doing better than that. Like, I was hoping for closer to a point per game. So I'm wondering, too, Raymond, 104 points, probably has a pretty good shot, honestly, at that Ross Trophy. And Giroux, 111, Caulfield, 109. He finished 4th in scoring, though, which is pretty good. 6 guys there, all 100-plus points. Kokiniemi at 100. McDavid, 97. You probably like that. Zegras also put up 97. Geez, Dennis Sanko, 95. So right there, just off the first page. Also, guys, we'll take a look at the standings here just to see where we finished the entire league. Obviously, 4th there in the Atlantic. Only a win behind Toronto, though. I feel like probably still a pretty decent team. Washington there won the President's Trophy, 109 points. 6-plus teams there, the 100. Seattle finally makes the playoffs. I just saw that. 9th place. Only took them, what, 8 seasons. We finished 13th, so not too bad. Worst team in the playoffs. It's going to be somebody terrible. What? There's got to be another playoff team, no? Oh, it's because there's 81 games played. Okay, I was going to say somebody is terrible making it. Minnesota, that's why they fired their coach. Jeez, 52 points. Ottawa there at the basement, too, 59. So, we'll see who we play in the first round. Probably going to be Washington by the looks of it, which obviously is going to be a tough matchup, but I feel like this team hopefully can get it done. So we are playing the Capitals in the first round, guys, and check out this team. They got Tyler Bertuzzi on the first line with Aho and Kasha. They've actually got a few former Red Wings. There's Vivros guy, 87 overall, first overall back in 2024. Zegras, Kuznetsov, Sorif there with Dano. Dadonov was on our team for a bit. Guerrero, Zeri, Athanasiou obviously was on our team. What's he getting paid though? 84 overall, 4.8. I know he did get like 8 million, whatever it was. Defense, they got Klingberg. They got 79 overall Subban. 77 Jake Gardner. Their defense, I don't know how this team finished so much higher above us in the standings. Regan here, 89 overall, high elite. 85th overall in 2021. He's got 67 poise. So, Samsonov's the backup. We have Gibson with 91 poise. Like, if that's, how goalie plays good in the playoffs, we should beat them here, especially since I think their offense is on par, if not worse than ours. Defense, ours is way better. So, see what happens here. First game again. Have yet to make it past the second round. Hopefully this is the year. First period. And we actually get one, so do they. Both being red is going to be tough. We're going to have to look through it all. Again, 2-2. And we pull out this one, 4-3. Raymond inside of there. Klingberg for them, so there we go. Nice start. Second game here, guys. First period, Kasha for them, Brink for us, so it's a close one. Athanasiou for them. All right, we need to bounce back in the third. Lots of scoring. We actually pulled off 5-4. Are you kidding me? Wow. So Brink gets one. Cirelli, Niku, Wright. I saw so much red. I'm like, what's the score? That's awesome. So 2-0 lead. Third game now, guys. First period. And 2-0 lead for us. Let's go. Nothing in the second. And third period doesn't matter, but 3-0 Seth Jones. Maybe we'll sweep the Capitals here, which would be pretty crazy. They won the President's Trophy. Again, I have no idea how, looking at that defense. And we're up 3-0 on them as the lowest seed in the Eastern Conference playoffs. So, like I said, maybe it's a curse to be a good team. I don't know. Fourth game here, first period. Raymond, let's go. He was awesome in the regular season. They get one back, though, so tied up 1-1. And 2-2 going to OT. We need a hero. Come on. Gibbons, that's our guy. I was like, I'm pretty sure that's our guy. There we go. Fourth line hero. Sweep the Capitals, the President's Trophy winner. This is like Columbus sweeping Tampa Bay-esque. That's awesome. Second round, guys, up against the New York Islanders. First line here, they got Kiefer Bellows, Matt Barzal, Kevin LeBanc. Bouvier is actually up to an 87. That's kind of nuts on the second line. Milano 86, Wallstrom 86, Olofsson there. So, I mean, they got Barzal after that. Just kind of like a good team, not great. Defense, same thing, honestly. Goaltending, not very good. So, on paper, we're much better, but, it hasn't helped us in the past. But again, maybe this year, because we're the 8th seed, we got some Cinderella stories going on. The boys are motivated. I'm not sure, but we're actually playing the first game in New York here, so see if we can keep this playoff roll going. Not there. Oh my god. Milano gets 2, down 4-1. We actually, okay, answer back a little bit. We get a few goals, 6-4. Dobson has 2. Did he have a goal in the first? No, but he has a potential hat trick. And alright, so we lost that one 7-5. Kind of a crazy first game there. Alright, second game, first period. Again, tons of scoring. We're down 3-2. Cirelli and Wright for us. Brink gets one. Olofsson gets one. We need something here in the third. Geez, so close game there. Olofsson again for them and Wright for us, but lose it by 1. And I just noticed, guys, the Islanders also swept whoever they played in the first round, so they have yet to drop a playoff game, which is kind of insane. So hopefully, heading to Detroit now, game 3, we can get them their first playoff loss. There we go, 2-1 after the first period. Wright's been playing pretty well. Nothing in the second. Or the third. There we go. We hold on there for the win. Here we go, guys. Game number 4. Lino and Mantha each score, so we're up 2-0. We get 2 from Jones there in the second, so 4-2 lead. And we hold on there, tie the series up to a piece. Here we go, guys. Pivotal game number 5. They get the first goal there. Valentanko. We get 1 from Raymond. They get 1 from Barzal. We need something here in the third. There we go. Krause ties it up. We actually are outshooting them by 10 right now. OT hero. Unfortunately, it's for them. Amirov. So, lose that one 3-2. I'm pretty sure Amirov's getting drafted like mid-first round this year, actually. So, 2 games left. Have to win both. Again, have not made it by the second round this year. This Islanders team, we're so much better than. That's kind of always the case. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Just have to win 2 games. We can do it. Nothing in the first. They get 1 in the second. We just need 2 goals here in the third. We can definitely do this. Come on. We get 1. That's enough. Forces OT. Roach shooting them 40-25. Let's go, boys. And there we go. Mantha, OT hero. Forces game 7. Come on. If we win this game, we finally make it to the conference finals. Only took 8 seasons. We actually have the same record as them now. Both 7-3. Hopefully, John Gibson can just be lights out here. Shane Wright can go off. Let's go. Not a good first. Not what we wanted. Down 2-0. We need a big second period here. Answer back. We need a even bigger third period. 1 game away from finally making the conference final, and none of the boys show up. We get shut out 5-0. Are you kidding me? And check this out, guys. Playoffs have ended. San Jose Sharks, Stanley Cup champions. San Jose Barracuda, Calder Cup champions. So, clean sweep there for San Jose. I gotta respect it. And the draft results are in. Minnesota gets the first overall pick, which I kind of like. Worst team, they're getting it. Edmonton there picking second via the Pittsburgh pick. Pittsburgh messed up. Same with Philly, picking third via Vegas. I don't know what those teams were thinking. View draft class here. I'm curious if there's finally a franchise player available. And doesn't look like it. Again, just 5 elites there at the top of the draft. So, not sure if there's just like less odds of finding a franchise guy later seasons. But I think it's just been like 5 elites for the past few years. Raymond there, 12 points in 11 playoff games. Not too bad. Definitely doing his part. Unfortunately, just it came down to 1 game. We didn't win it. The Islanders actually lost the Panthers in the conference final, who got swept by the Sharks in the Stanley Cup final. Sharks went through the Oilers, Blackhawks, and Blues. They only dropped 3 playoff games the entire series, or entire playoffs. That's kind of nuts. Swept the Blackhawks, swept the Panthers in the final. You gotta respect that. So awards here, we already know all the team awards. Individual, Giroux there, Art Ross Trophy. He also got the Hart. Didn't even realize he's playing for Dallas, not Philly. Ryan Murray, actually, at the James Norris, not Cale Makar. Giroux also gets Lady Bing, so big year for him. He's probably like, what, 36 or something? 37 at this point? It's kind of insane. I gotta check that out. Smith Pelly there with the Calder. Merkley got the Conn Smythe. Lindgren, Vezina. He must have had a really good year. Lindgren's usually no more than like an 81. Askarov, William M. Jennings. Of course he gets the William M. Jennings after we trade him away. Michelli, Bill Masterton. Agostino there, Jack Adams. Didn't he win it? I thought the Oilers coach won it last year. Maybe I'm wrong. Larkin there gets the Selke, though. That's pretty sick. Barkov got it 4 straight years. I said how the second line was pretty defensive. Drew, Ted Lindsay, and then Caulfield there, Maurice Richard. Back-to-back years. Looking at the AHL, I don't think we're going to have any awards. We did not make the playoffs. We didn't. Player awards here. Kolesnik. I feel like we're probably not going to recognize a lot of them as there's all new rookies, but the Devils AHL team there is cleaning up. Nate Schmidt's playing the AHL. I got best defenseman. Dell, best goalie. Forsback Carlson, MVP of the playoffs. Again, pretty sick. San Jose wins the Stanley Cup and the Calder Cup. Look at this, guys. Lindgren's actually the backup to Mrazek on San Jose. Mrazek had 52 games played. Lindgren 34. 21-10 with a .925 and a 2.11. So really good stats, but still, he's a backup, 78 overall, won the Vezina. That doesn't make a lot of sense, but whatever. And like I was saying, I wanted to see how old Giroux was when he just won the Art Ross. 39 years old. I'm actually really curious, like, how old the oldest Art Ross Trophy winner is, because that's really impressive. 85 overall still. Respect. Look at his hands. They're pretty much perfect still. Shots still really good. Just a bit slower, and physical stats have gone down, but that's kind of nuts, to be honest. So that's going to be it, guys, I think, for this episode. Or actually, let's check. We can see the retired players here. Wonder if Giroux retires on top, sort of. Didn't win the Cup, but winning the Art Ross at 39, I think that's a pretty big statement. Let's take a look here. I think Crosby was still playing, so maybe Crosby finally calls it quits. He does. As a Boston Bruin, I don't know about that. 1,839 points in 1 under 1,600 games played. Kopitar there also retired. I saw him in free agency. Kadri, Backlund, Turris, Spurgeon there, Kaloran, Coyle, Ennis. Crosby, obviously the big name here. And then goaltenders, Anderson, Jones, Ranta, Bernier, Allen. So a lot of, pretty regular NHL goalies retiring. Always kind of interesting to see. But like I was saying, guys, that is going to be it for this episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We got 2 videos left to try and finally make it to the second round. Obviously, ideally, we win the Stanley Cup, but I just want to at least make a conference final here. So, hopefully, we can get something done the next 2 years. Pull, like, a rabbit out of the hat. I don't know. If you guys have any ideas, leave them in the comments section. As always, hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, leave a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.